Imagine this. You're 15 years old, just stepping out of your 10th board exams. You're proud, relieved and relaxed because everyone told you, "Beta, बस एक बार 10वीं कर लो, फिर life chill है." But then, out of nowhere, you're hit with the $1 billion question. What's next? Suddenly, you're thrown into the maze of decisions, careers, subjects, stream. You barely know what you want for dinner, and now you're expected to figure out what you want for the rest of your life? Greetings, everyone. I am Pari from ANON Talks. When I was 15, I found myself in this exact same situation. I thought the people around me could help, but all they said was, "Follow your passion." Sounds simple, right? Except one tiny problem. I didn't know what my passion was. So I did what any confused teenager would do. I made a list of things that I liked doing, things that I might want to do, and things that I was good at. I very carefully analyzed them. I kept thinking and overthinking, hoping that I would magically figure it all out. 2 weeks went by, and I had nothing but a huge pile of notes and a bigger headache. At that point, I felt like a complete failure. I couldn't decide what I wanted to do, while all my friends had their passions figured out. They would call me and ask, "So, Pari, what stream are you picking?" And my answer would be, "I don't know yet." And their reaction would be a mix of laughter and amusement. They would say, "Come on, Pari, it's not that hard." But how was I expected to find a perfect answer to a question which I didn't fully even understand? You're asking a 15-year-old what they want to do for the next 50 years of their life when they barely have exposure to real-world careers. It's like asking a blind person what their favorite color is. Even my parents started losing patience with me. They kept saying, "You need to decide soon." But I didn't know what to do. So I tried everything. I took online psychometric tests. I read a lot about professions. And I also even spoke to a career counselor. But none of it worked. It felt like I was drowning in options. And yet, no matter what I chose, it wouldn't be the right one. At some point, I even turned to social media for help. On community platforms like Reddit, I started sharing my struggles, and that's when I realized this isn't just my problem. So many people share this same pain of finding their passion, because we all have been told by society that we just need to find and follow our passion, and success will follow us. It sounds so simple in books like The Alchemist or movies like Three Idiots, but in real life, it's honestly exhausting. And here's an interesting fact about passion. It originates from a Latin word pati, which means to suffer. And honestly, in today's world, passion is no less than a suffering. So what is exactly passion? Let me simplify it. Passion usually occurs at the intersection of three things, which here I have shown by drawing 3 circles. So the first shell here is general curiosity. These are the things that we do just because we find them interesting, simply because we're curious with no meaning to it, which lead us to the second, the middle shell, shallow interest. Now these are temporary fascinations, things we might feel drawn to at first, but eventually lose interest in. These may not help us figure out what we want to do with our life, but these will surely help us figure out what we don't. And then comes the innermost shell, which is deep interest, aka passion or calling. These are the things that we feel naturally drawn to, things that are meaningful to us and bring fulfillment to us. These align with our core values as a human being and our very core principles. So if you can find something that fits all three, Well, great. But let's be real. Not all of the interests we have can fit into these neat little circles. That is where the 3 C's framework comes in. From confusion to curiosity to clarity. The first step is to accept that being confused is normal and inevitable. Feeling lost isn't a sign of failure, it's a part of the process. The second step is to be curious. Be curious like a child. Start exploring things. Explore things even if they spark the tiniest bit of interest. Don't overthink it. Just let yourself try. And before you even realize it, you will reach a point where clarity will start to form. The point I'm trying to make here is that passion is not a straight line or a linear formula. It's about trying the hit and trial method. And the most important rule? There are no rules. Finding your passion is messy, it's unpredictable, and it's confusing. And that's okay. And also, remember that passion is a privilege. Not everyone has the luxury to follow their dreams. For many, choices are controlled by circumstances and not by their interests. So if you have the privilege to follow your passion, please remember to be grateful about it. But whether it's passion, practicality, or both, the journey is yours to navigate. So take your time. Pivot if you need to. Remember, life is not about having all the answers right now. It's about finding joy in the questions. Thank you very much.